I guess I'd better get over to the hospital branch. Wait a minute, before you go. Yeah?
Please, Sheila, don't rearrange the shelves when you're over there. Last time it took me over an hour to put everything back in order.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make any extra work for you. I just thought it was more attractive that way.
But there was no sense of order at all. Look, it's just very important to keep things together in groupings, so you know where things are if a customer asks for a specific kind of book.
Well, okay, if you say so. Oh, would you do me a favor in return, Melinda?
What?
I'm expecting Tom Hughes to call or drop by a little bit later on. Would you let him know that I'm over at the hospital branch?
Sure.
Thanks. I'll see you tomorrow.
Operator 26? Yes, this is Dr. Robert Hughes. I received an overseas phone call from London while I was with a patient. Yes, could you try to reconnect me and call me back? Thanks very much. But you see, if you can help him conquer this fear, get him involved with his music, lead him back to a normal life, it will be over. And then your only responsibility will be to me. Yes, Janet? Oh, yes, of course. Penny, hello!
Hello, Sheriff. It's good to see you.
Bennett, how are you?
I don't think you know Mrs. Coleman. Lisa, this is Sheriff Hargraves.
Mrs. Coleman?
How do you do?
I understand both of you know Detective Lewis here.
Yeah, we've met. A little out of your territory, aren't you, Lieutenant?
I flew in this morning.
Hester, why don't you get these gentlemen some tea? I think Lisa and I could use a cup, too.
Right away.
Shall we sit down? Well, Lloyd, maybe you could tell us what this is all about.
Well, I'll try my best. Lieutenant Lewis here says he has some questions he'd like you to answer, and he asked for my being here since, well, as you say, Norwich is quite a ways out of his territory.
Questions about what?
I'd like to know your specific whereabouts on the day Grant Coleman's brakes were tampered with.
What are you doing here?
I work here, remember?
Yeah, but as I remember, I saw you at the hospital branch earlier.
Yes, well, I had to fill in for Kim. She and Betsy had to leave early. They have to finish packing for the move.
Oh, no, I just missed them. I came over to show her some sketches.
Oh, sketches?
Some ideas I have for her new place. Maybe I'll just stop by the house and help her out over there.
Oh, you're going to be very welcome over there. So, well, have you heard from Tom about where you're going to be going out tonight?
No, as a matter of fact, we may not be going at all.
Well, when I talked to you earlier, you said you had a date with him.
Yeah, and then he called back later to say that he had to meet with a client.
Sheila?
He didn't say.
I'll bet it is. Barbara, Sheila told me she's expecting to hear from Tom today. She even asked me to tell him that she's at the hospital branch in case he calls or drops by.
Well, I'm sure he has something important to talk to her about.
Oh, yes, I'm sure. Very important. Barbara, you're really going to have to do something about Sheila. She's inventing every imaginable excuse to make Tom spend time with her.
Melinda, Tom is free to see whoever he pleases.
Barbara, when are you going to learn that people don't play as fairly as you do?
Look, Melinda...
Barbara, okay, all right. I can understand that you may not feel you're ready for a serious relationship with Tom. But you better know that Sheila is interested in him, and she is doing everything she can to get him interested in her.
Melinda, I told you...
Wait a minute, excuse me. Wade Bookster, may I help you?
Yes, is Sheila Winston there, please?
No, I'm sorry, she's at the hospital branch. Oh, Is this Tom?
Yes, who's this?
This is Melinda. Sheila asked me to tell you that she's expecting to hear from you there.
Well, as long as she's at the hospital, maybe I'll just go over there. Thanks, Melinda.
Oh, Tom.
Yes?
Barbara's here. Would you like to speak to her?
Well, sure. Thanks, Melinda. Please put her on.
Okay, hold on. Well, he wants to talk to you. Hi, Tom.
Oh, hi. Pretty good timing, wouldn't you say?
Well, that depends.
On what?
Whether you're trying to reach me or not.
Well, as a matter of fact, I was just going to call the apartment. It looks like I can clear my schedule earlier than I thought this evening. We can still see each other after all, if you're still free.
Well, actually, I haven't had time to make any other plans.
Great. Then why don't I pick up a couple of steaks? Maybe you can get some stuff for a salad.
Sure. Sounds good.
Well, terrific. Now, I should be free by, 6:30 at the latest.
Fine. Oh, ooh, would you mind picking up another steak? I just remembered that Annie's going to be home for dinner tonight, too.
Oh, well, actually, I was suggesting we have dinner at the house. It's getting a little cold at night, but I can still barbecue the steaks. I have the whole house to myself these days.
Fine.
Perfect. I'll pick you up at 7. I'll see you then.
Bye-bye.
Well, it sounds to me like everything worked out very well.
Well, it was pretty obvious, if you ask me.
Obvious?
Telling Tom I was right here after he asked for Sheila.
Well, maybe. But believe me, I've seen Sheila in action, and she's very obvious. Barbara, sometimes you have to fight fire with fire, even if it's not your normal style.
How you doing?
Okay. I sorted through all the stuff in my desk.
Oh, I tell you what, honey, why don't you take one of these boxes upstairs, and then you can pack whatever it is you want to take with you, okay?
I'm not taking anything. I'm going to throw it all out.
Everything?
It's just a bunch of souvenirs, silly stuff that I've saved over the years.
Oh, I don't think mementos are silly. Here I'm looking through this box I haven't looked at in years, and I think it's wonderful.
I don't want any reminders.
Bets, honey.
We're moving into a whole new life now. I thought the whole purpose of getting the new apartment was to put the past behind us.
Sit down a minute, will you? It's true that we are going to start a whole new life. But there's no way in the world that you can possibly leave the past behind just by making a move.
We can try.
Why should we? Why should we even want to?
It hurts. I don't even want to think about
Honey,
it.
I know it hurts, but that's now. I keep telling you that's going to pass. You've got to believe that.
That's what everyone says.
And it's true. And when the hurt is all gone, you're going to want to have reminders and mementos around. You're going to be so grateful for every one of them. Why don't you go back upstairs and kind of go through those things you were going to throw out? And save a few things, honey.
No. I don't want to see any of them again.
That is.
Hi, can I come in?
Oh, hi, John. Yes, come on. Didn't expect to see you today.
Well, it was just a spur of the moment thing. Hi, Bets.
Hi. Kim, I'm gonna go upstairs and finish packing, okay?
Okay, honey. Holler if you need some help.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on my way to the hospital, and I thought I would just drop by and, so you need any help with the move?
No, not really. I have everything under control, I think.
How can one be so much under control as you pretend to be?
I'm not pretending, John. I'm just getting through each day as best I can.
Ah. Well, you do a very good job of it. At least on the surface, anyway.
Thank you.
Why are you so suspicious of my offers to help?
What?
My offers to help? You always refuse them. You turn them down.
I just want to do as many things as I can on my own. It helps me.
Well, I can understand that, yes. Is Andrew around?
He's upstairs.
You mind if I go up and say hello as long as I'm here?
Go ahead.
Okay. Continue doing what you were doing when I came in?
Oh, Betsy. If I could only make you understand. Good memories can be such a wonderful help.
Thank you heavens that's all over.
You sure told that Lewis a thing or two.
Oh, I couldn't sit there and listen to that ridiculous line of questioning.
You are very special, you know that?
Oh. It's one other little thing I have to take care of, though, just to make sure it's over with.
What's that?
I'm going to call up that Grant Coleman and give him a piece of my mind. I know it's all his fault that the lieutenant came up here on this wild goose chase. I know Grant. He's still trying to come between us. Well, when I get through talking with him, I'm just going to put a stop to it once and for all.
And now, part 2 of As the World Turns.
Just, be careful where you walk.
It looks like you're getting a lot accomplished.
Oh, well, we're trying. Come on.
I brought by the sketches for the new apartment.
Oh, let me look at them as soon as I put this stuff.
Fine. I just thought I had a little bit of time before Tom's picking me up. I thought I'd come by and see if I could help.
Oh, bless your heart. Well, even if you don't do anything, it'd be nice to have the company. This can be a pretty lonely job,
Yeah,
this
I
stuff.
know. I've moved a couple of times myself. What can I do to help?
Oh, really nothing. I'm just kind of looking in this box here to see what I got. You wouldn't believe the stuff that's showing up ever since I started digging the closets out. Just, oh, look at that.
Oh, it's great.
Hello, Barbara. Didn't realize you were here.
I just got here, John.
You have a nice visit with Andy?
Oh, yeah. We have a good time. Listen, I got an idea that might help you out with the move.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'd be happy to pick up Andrew, keep him overnight until you get everything under control.
No, that's not necessary, John. Thank you.
You sure? I mean, a kid his size can be a big nuisance, you know, underfoot when you're trying to get everything settled in.
I know. But he's going to want to be here, I'm sure. Besides which, this is going to be, his new house, too, when we move.
True. Well, if you change your mind, now you let me know, okay?
Uh-huh.
By the way, Mrs. Berger tells me she's planning on visiting her sister.
She's going to be gone a couple days.
Well, who's going to be looking after Andy?
I've made arrangements.
You're working at the bookstore.
Yeah, Ellen has already said she would love to spend some time with him for the few hours that I'm in the store.
Oh, I thought David and Ellen were out of town.
should they come back tonight?
Well, I just don't like the idea of Andrew being shuttled around from place to place without a feeling of permanence, that's all.
As I told you the other day, that isn't going to happen, John. Besides, he loves being with his grandmother.
Okay, well, I'm on my way to the hospital. I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Take care, Barbara.
Take care, John.
Just wish he wouldn't be so solicitous.
Are you sure it's just not sincere concern?
I don't know. I really do appreciate his wanting to help, but doggone it, I just can't take anything that he says at face value.
I guess that's understandable after all you've been through with him.
Well, back to work.
Hi, Dad.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hello, Dana. I didn't know you were here.
Hi. I'll leave if the two of you have something private you'd rather discuss.
No. I'm just here to see someone, and I thought I'd say hello while I'm waiting.
Patient with a legal problem?
No, Sheila Winston. She's about due for a break from the bookstore. She wants me to go over something with her.
Oh, sit down. I was talking to your Aunt Penny about you.
Aunt Penny called again?
Yep. Second time in a couple of days.
Dad, what's wrong? Why all these calls from London?
I have no idea. All I know is she's terribly upset, and every time she starts to explain it to me, she seems to pull back. Again, she started to break down on the phone.
Oh, that's terrible. Poor Penny.
And she told me she doesn't want Mom and Dad to know that she's been calling and that she's upset about something. And then she said she'd call me again.
I wish you weren't so far away.
Well, the next time she calls me, I'm not going to hang up until she tells me exactly what it is.
How can you ignore what happened today?
Meaning?
It's not every day that Sheriff Hargraves comes here with a police detective. I could hardly keep my hands from shaking when I brought in the tea.
There's no need to be frightened.
Yes, there is. I can see it, starting all over again. Lisa's the same as Ruth, in every way, including
Esther,
her...
that's enough.
Bennett.
Look, I've told you, if you can't control your jealousy of Lisa, I'm going to have to replace you. I've warned you of that.
It is not my jealousy that you should be concerned with.
And what's that supposed to mean?
I see it in your face every time Grant Coleman's name is mentioned. That same look, you had it every time Ruth mentioned Martin. It frightens me.
Don't let it.
One day Lisa's going to see it too. And then what's going to happen? The same horrible things that happened before.
Well, if I'm not rushing things, how about tonight? It's my night off at Wrangler's.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have plans for tonight.
Oh, Barbara?
Uh-huh. She's coming by cooking dinner.
Oh, well, I guess my idea wasn't so original after all.
Oh, but very appreciated.
Oh, Tom. Miss Winston, I don't mean to interrupt you two.
Hi, Dad. What's up?
Well, I just wanted to remind you not to say anything to your grandparents about Penny's phone call.
Oh, sure. I'll remember.
I'll see you later.
Can I talk to you for just a minute?
Sure, John, but just a minute. I've got to see a patient.
Won't take very long. I was wondering if you'd heard anything about who Doug Campbell might be recommending to replace Alex Keith.
No, not a word.
You're sure?
Absolutely. Why?
Well, these decisions affect us all, you know.
Well, I'm sure we'll hear what the decision is when it's official, and I'm sure that anybody that Doug recommends will be good for the job.
You have a great deal of confidence in him, huh?
Yes, I do. I think he's done a fine job since he's been with us. I've got to see that patient.
Right.
That was a terrific dinner.
Well, I can't take all the credit. You cooked the steaks.
As a matter of fact, this has been one of the nicest evenings I've had in Oakdale since I came back.
Really?
Really.
Well, while we're on the subject, I have enjoyed this entire evening from start to finish. But, it's getting late.
And what happens? You turn into a pumpkin at midnight?
No, but I do have a busy day tomorrow.
Yeah, so do I, but I was hoping this evening wouldn't end quite yet.
I'm in here at the table, Lisa. Were you able to get through to Grant?
No, I'll call him tomorrow. But I managed to have a fight with Tom.
Tom?
Oh, yes, I called him to see if he knew where Grant just might be. You know, as usual, Tom took Grant's side of the whole thing, and so I just had to take a moment and calm myself down before I came back to be
You
with
didn't
you.
have to do that.
Oh, I do, too. I don't want to be all flustered and angry after having such a lovely dinner.
You've never looked more beautiful.
Thank you.
I mean it.
Oh, you do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it's been a perfect evening. Well, except for that silly phone call, but what more could you ask for? It was very sweet of you to let Hester have the evening off so we could have this lovely evening just to ourselves.
Glad you approve.
Oh, I do. Anyone out of their right mind would be just crazy if they didn't approve. Fabulous dinner and flowers, candles, wine, and a very handsome man across the table.
Be like this every evening after we're married.
Well, my goodness.
Only without the phone calls and intruders and people to rob me of your undivided attention.
Well, maybe it won't always really be like this.
Why not? You just said this was a perfect evening.
It is perfect. But, Bennett, you have to realize, after we're married, well, we're going to be doing a lot of entertaining. Of course, there'll be guests here, and we'll be going out, too, a lot.
Would you like to be alone with me?
Well, yes, of course I do. But we can't be just, well, like isolated totally. I mean, people just can't live that way. Oh. Bennett, wait a minute.
What? What's the matter?
I don't think you know your strength. You almost hurt me there.
I'm sorry. It's the last thing I'd ever do. Oh, you know that I'd never hurt you.